Hare Krishna. Damodarashtakam, verse 4. Varam deva moksham na mokshavadhim va na chanyam vruneham vareshadapiha idam te vapurnatha gopala balam sadame manasya avirashtam kimanyai. Here, now after describing the pastime and describing its extraordinariness with a conclusion of offering obeisances, now spontaneous desire, attraction for the Lord is awakening in the heart of Satyavati Muni, and he is praying, my dear Lord, I want a benediction. But what is that benediction? Normally when people go to somebody wealthy, the wealthy people know by default, this person is going to ask for money, this person is asking for this or that. So most people go to the Lord for asking for material things. So if not material things, then they are going to ask for liberation. So whatever are the standard benedictions that people are going to ask, Satyavati Muni tells first, no, I am not going to ask for these things. Varam Deva Moksham. You, O Lord, Deva, you are the Supreme Lord of all Lords. You can give anything. Deva, one who gives. Dete hai jo. So one who gives, among Varam Deva, you can give any vara. Moksham na mokshavadhim va. But I do not want moksha. So actually the level of love in these pastimes is so great that dharma, artha, kama are not brought into consideration only. That the devotees are not even thinking of anything material. And is directly going to that which is the ultimate aspiration of the jnana is moksha, is rejecting that. Varam deva moksham na mokshavadhim va. Mokshavadhim. What is greater than moksha? Moksha means we attain the Brahman. Beyond Brahman is the Vaikuntha planets. So attainment of one of the different forms of muktis in Vaikuntha. He says, even I don't want that also. Na moksha avadhim, not even greater than moksha. And na chanyam vruneham pareshadapiha. So na chanyam, not anything else. Now what may remain after this? Actually, for a devotee, engagement in the ninefold processes of devotional service, Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu, Smaranam, all those processes, 9 processes that Prahlad Maharaj described in the 7th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, that is considered to be higher than attainment of Vaikuntha also. So that's why Prahlad Maharaj says, I'm not worried about how I'm going to attain Vaikuntha, how I'm going to cross beyond Vaitarani river. Because I know, my dear Lord, that I'm absorbed in your glorifying you. Naivo dvijay paraduratte vaitaranyas twadvirya gayan mahamritamagna chittaha. So by glorifying you, I'm getting such mahamrit, such great nectar that I don't need anything else, my dear Lord. Nothing else is needed for me. Thank you for having given me this. And this is all that I want. So higher than attainment of Vaikuntha is the absorption in the glorification of the Lord. And here Satyavati Muni is saying, I don't even want that, my dear Lord. Nachanyam vruneham vareshadapiha. Vareshad, my dear Lord, you are the Ishvara and you can give any kind of vara. Then what do I want? I want something. It is not that I don't want anything. I want something, my dear Lord. What is that? Idam te vapurnatha gopala balam. This form of you, my dear Lord, idam te vapur, in this particular form as a small child, and in that form also gopala balam, that as a small gopal, as a child gopal, sadha me manasya avirashtam kimanyai. Let it be manifest again and again and again, sada, always. So sada doesn't just mean repeatedly, it means perpetually. Sada me manasya avirashtam. Let it be manifested again and again. Kimanyai. What other thing can I ask from you, my dear Lord? This is the only thing I want. Sometimes when a child is crying, so the mother is doing some other thing. So child starts crying, the mother gives some toy to the child. Then the child accepts the toy and then the mother goes away. And then after the child cries again, the mother gives another toy. The child accepts the toy, starts playing and forgets everything and becomes happy. After some time the child starts crying again. So if the child keeps accepting the toys from the mother, then the mother will give the toys and she will go on with her work. But then the mother gives one toy and the child keeps crying. The mother gives another toy, the child keeps crying. The mother gives a third toy, the child keeps crying. And the mother says, what do you want? The mother's child's crying is indicating that I don't want this toy, I don't want this toy, I don't want this toy. And what do you want? He says, I want you, I want you. When the mother sees this, the mother puts all the toys aside, takes the child and cuddles it to her chest, to her bosom in love. So, like that, when we are crying, what is our crying? Actually, we are doing some sort of religious activity, we are doing some sort of worship, we may be doing some sort of bhakti. At that time, we are approaching the Lord. But when we approach the Lord, what happens? At that time, the Lord comes and gives us some things. How do you want this? Take this. Prabhupada would say that people who go to God and ask for bread, that going to God and asking for bread shows their love for bread, not their love for God. It may show some faith in God that God can be the bread provider, but that doesn't show the love for God. Krishna's greatest blessing is Krishna himself. Krishna's greatest blessing is Krishna himself. When he reveals his all attractiveness, he reveals his beauty, his charm in our heart, his glory, and he conquers our heart, then that flood of love that is released in our heart keeps forever and ever flowing towards Krishna, and it floods us with everlasting, in fact ever increasing happiness. And that is the supreme perfection of life. So here, Satyavat Muni is similarly praying, my dear Lord, just like a child saying, I don't want this toy, I don't want this toy, I don't want this toy, I only want you, my dear Lord. So similarly, Satyavat Muni is saying, I don't want moksha, I don't want mokshavadi, I don't want anya, nothing else. And what do I want? Not only do I want you, but actually when the rasa is fixed, the rasa is a very great shastra. Rasa is analyzed in shastras like the Bhakti Rasa Amrit Sindhu, and then in the Durgam Sangani Tika on the Bhakti Rasa Amrit Sindhu that Tika is by Jiva Goswami, and then further the rasa is analyzed even more deeper, especially the Madhuri Rasa is analyzed by Rupa Goswami in his book Ujjwala Neelamani. So in all these books, the important point to recognize is that rasa is the spontaneous and overflowing relish that happens in the life of a devotee. And what is this nature of this sweetness, of this joy? It is a special flavor which every devotee has in his or her individual relationship with Krishna. So in the emotions get attracted to that rasa naturally. Just as if there are grooves on the earth, in the ground, when water is flowing, water will naturally flow itself in the grooves instead of flowing here and there. So like that, when we are purified, our natural spiritual desires automatically align with and flow through the groove of our eternal Swarupa. So both become automatically aligned to each other. Whatever is our Swarupa, our desires automatically flow accordingly. So when the devotee is in a particular Swarupa Parasa with the Lord, then the devotee does not think of anything else. And the other forms of the Lord are not so attractive. When Krishna comes home and there are dust marks on his face and various different marks, and the Gopas, his motherly gopis and the conjugal Madhuri Rasa gopis, they all interpret these marks differently. They all think, oh, what was Krishna doing because of which he got these marks? So the Gopas think differently depending on their relationship. And similarly, other devotees think differently depending on their relationship. How did Krishna get these marks? So it is described that the gopis in Madhuri Rasa, they do not become attracted. They are not attracted to Krishna drinking the breast milk of Mother Yashoda, because there is rasabhas. That is not the form of the Lord to which they are attracted. So that rasa is so sweet and so fixed that a devotee may be aware of other forms, but the devotee is not attracted to those other forms. So this is also described in Sanatana Goswami's Brihad Bhagavatamrut, where the Gop Kumar goes right up to Vaikuntha, Ayodhya, Dwarka, and then returns back, and then ultimately attains Vrindavan, and is satisfied only when he attains Vrajraj Krishna, no other form of Vishnu. So here Satyavrat Muni is focusing simply on not even Krishna alone, but this particular form of Krishna. He says, Kimanyai. My dear Lord, when I meditate on this particular form, my heart becomes flooded with memories of how you are conquered by the love of your devotees. And when I think of that, what need is there for me to think of anything else? So, Kimanyai. There is nothing else that I want, my dear Lord, nothing else. We can pray that one day we also come to the level of that level of devotion where we can also say to the Lord, my dear Lord, Kimanyai, I don't want anything else. I only want you, my dear Lord, only you, only you.